Alright, let's try and do this. So, I got a mail call the other day, guys. I actually had 2 mail calls last week. First, I want to say NonnaGrace. Thanks, NonnaGrace. She had a giveaway a while back, and I got to be a lucky recipient of one of her giveaway prizes.
That was lucky.
Yeah, Daddy was lucky. And, if you guys have been watching Contentment, I got Farmer G. This guy's been all over the country. Far more places than I've been. And if you guys are paying attention, me and Gnometown settled our feud that we had in the middle of Times Square thanks to a little mediation by Contentment. And of course I got the I Love NY cup. Pretty cool stuff. Thanks guys. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna be like a dog.
You're gonna be like a dog? Well, anyway, it's been a while. It's been a while. Let's do a quick little general update. Hey, enough with the banging. Riv. I know you want to be like a dog, but at least get your shoes on. Hello? Shoes. Alright, so I'm down 1 kid. We started kindergarten, and you would think that would make everything a whole lot easier to get things done around here, but it's been actually just the opposite. It's just a whole nother level of trying to figure out things now. So, last couple of weeks, if I'm not working, then I'm at home with the kids, and my day's got 2 interruptions, going to school, coming back, and just getting things done has just been like over the top harder lately, more so than usual. But today I've actually kind of gotten 5 minutes of work done. For the last month or so I've been telling myself I really want to get a fall garden going, and I've done 0 steps to get that done, but I got some blocks finally in an area where I can start to work with them. But before I do that, I'm gonna lay down some hardware cloth. I've got like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch hardware cloth I'm gonna put down, because I've come to the conclusion that doing a garden over here in the dirt just ain't gonna cut it. I need to have a raised bed. So I'm gonna have to wait till the middle of the night, get these blocks, get my hardware cloth, and do something over here in this nightmare of a mess. But I want to say real quick, guys, over here where my snake gourd is, you know, I kept having problems. Man, this place looks terrible. But I kept having problems. Everything kept getting eaten up. Something would come up and come out of the ground and chew everything off like an inch, you know, basically about an inch above where the stem was from the dirt. And old pal at Gnometown there suggested that I got some solar lights and put them down by the plants, and I have not had any problems since I've done that. It's probably been like 2 weeks and I haven't had any strikes by any predators. So that has been an amazing suggestion, and it's been working pretty well. Pretty much the cream of the crop here for my garden this year is this snake gourd. Measures 39 inches right at this moment. So that's kind of cool. And I got 1 or 2 green beans the other day. I got 2 green beans the other day. I was thinking these things would be popping them off a whole lot more so than they are. But anyway, green beans are going. They just haven't been producing. They're flowering. They look like they're ready to go. They just haven't been pumping them out quite yet. So I'm keeping the faith. I'm going to get a whole bunch of these pretty soon here. I still got my open trench. I was hoping to have this all done like 2-3 weeks ago, but it is what it is. One thing that's kind of weird, guys, I've been racking my brain over it, but it's just come to the conclusion that this is what they had when they did this, or made a repair, so it is what it is. But we got this 3/4 inch pipe right there. It goes into 1.5 or 1.25 inches, I'm not sure what that is. And it comes over here, it stays at 1.5 inches until it gets over here, hits a reducer, and then goes back to 3/4 inch. And then from there, it shoots off that way to the garden. And then this one goes through the chicken yard and then over to a spigot over there. So I started digging this up because I didn't want to, what I want to do is have control valves over here to where I send one down to the horses, and then everything else I wanted to put another control valve on. So that's why I started digging this up, because I knew at some point that whatever goes that way was going to be 3/4 inches, because I broke into a pipe when I was doing one of the T-posts like a year back. Anyway, just randomly put a T-post in the ground. Next thing I know, water shooting out of the ground. So I knew that there was 3/4 inch pipe over there. So what I figured I would do was find where it did it, where I could tap in over here, and then funnel everything out back over there and do my control valves. But now that I see what it is, I think what I'm going to do is just take this pipe out, get 3/4 inch pipe there, 3/4 inch there, run 2 new pipes over here, and do a control valve for each one, and then send a pipe down that way and do a control valve for that one. All this time I was just trying to avoid cutting into this pipe, but now that I know that this is what it is, I'm just going to get rid of all this. It's just going to make everything so much easier by doing that. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. The chickens over here, all our chicks that we had in the brooder are now over here, and we had 2 roosters over there that are now over there. So what to do with the 2 roosters? Tried getting rid of them, but nobody seems to want 2 roosters.
Look at that big flower.
So we'll have to figure out what's going to happen there.
Big flower, Dad. That's a really big flower.
That is a really big flower. That's right.
Yeah, I feel like I can pick it.
No, you don't pick that. That's a sunflower. It's going to give us sunflower seeds. Let's go look at the aquaponics real quick. They're in there. They're all hiding in the shade. There's a spot where they can get underneath this house, but they're all in there. My air defense, the string is starting to come down. Anyway, that stuff's only lasted for about a year, and it's just breaking it, just barely touching it. So I'm gonna have to do something there, but we got bigger and better plans than this chicken yard here. We got a barn that we're gonna start to utilize here pretty soon, but there's only so much I can do in a day, I'll tell you what. All right, let's do a quick little update here. So I should probably be pulling that pumpkin here pretty quick. Looks like it's done. One of the kids ended up moving this and kind of pulled the root system out of the media there a little bit, so that didn't help things. But anyway, I was just out here a few minutes ago and this bed was completely overflowing, so I had to like shut it off. I mean, totally shut it off. This thing was going crazy. Water was coming over the edge. See what I'm saying? Water was shooting everywhere. So I got that shut off for the moment. Anyway, I need to do something with this because it's just overwhelmed. I got a lot of tomatoes to pick. I think for the most part, the aquaponics have seen what it's gonna do. The cucumber plant though is looking all right. That'll be the first cucumber. That's a Japanese cucumber. Haven't tried those yet.
I want to go to Mimi's house, Dad.
Well, Mimi's not home right now.
Yes, he is.
And there's a few little cucumbers in there. What I really wanted to do this month, my goal for this month though, was really to get over to the greenhouse and get that going. I need to wrap that project up. I want to get this aquaponics system broken down and put in a more permanent situation in the greenhouse, because when I did this, it's cool and all, but really I just did this as a temporary fix. There's a lot of things here that I want to change and make bigger and better, so I need to get the greenhouse wrapped up. Then I can really start to make use of this and a whole lot of other things. So we got this building here, and you know, this place, prior to it being masticated, this was just kind of like, we just stored a few things in here, but really nothing too much, because mice get in through this door and it's just a holy nightmare inside there. But we have come to the conclusion that I think we're gonna use this as a staple. This is gonna be our main area for animals. We're gonna basically make this our barn. And the idea is, we've got this lean-to over here. We're thinking we were going to move the chickens over here, fence them off, maybe cut a hole in the wall and then put a faux wall inside so that they can have a place indoors. And then come out here, have this, maybe put a lean-to on the other side, because we still got the goats and the horses to think about. Yeah, there's some more wire. We'll use that somewhere for something. Yeah, anyway, our wheels are spinning. I think we're finally going to utilize this because really this has been a resource that has just been put by the wayside. But anyway, it's just been really hard to get things done lately. But we've got a lot of ideas. It's just getting the time and money to put it all together. We got to put a new roof on this thing, so that's going to be a project, a big project in and of itself. But just do what we can do. Anyway, the greenhouse is big on my list, so that's going to be top priority here next couple of weeks, as long as I can drag myself outside in the middle of the night and get it done, because doing these things during the daytime just is not happening. But anyway, by the time the day is over with, the kids have just run me ragged. So it is what it is. Got to keep pushing. Got to just do it.